Hey guys, it's DLT, and I've been using the Samsung Galaxy S9 for a couple weeks now, and while it may be Samsung's latest, I wouldn't agree that it's its greatest. Here are some of the flaws of the Samsung Galaxy S9. First off, the Galaxy S9's small form factor and thin body profile makes its battery a tiny 3000 mAh. In 2012, that might have seemed like a monster battery. But 6 years later, when unlimited data and 1440p displays are now the norm, a 3000 mAh battery really cannot last you a full day. After using the Note 8, which would last me a whole day and more without power saving mode turned on, the S9 performs very poorly, struggling to bring me through a single day, even with power saving mode turned on and the display tuned to 720p. Ever since switching to this phone as my daily driver, I've had to conserve my phone usage a lot, but even then, it is a difficult task to keep the phone powered on throughout the entire day. I do use the huge battery drainers, Snapchat and Instagram quite a bit though, which probably does contribute to the poor battery life. Aside from the disappointing battery, the phone also heats up a lot. Again, with my previous phone, the Note 8, it barely heated up, usually only doing so when placed on the wireless charging pad, and even then, it was only warming up just a bit. All my previous phones have heated up before, so I was really surprised with how the Note 8 managed to stay cool all the time. What was disappointing though was when the S9 started to heat up when I was setting up the phone. I thought it was just because first time setups always warm up the phone, so it was no big deal, but the problem came back on the second day when I started to record some videos and tried opening up some other apps on the phone. It became very hot to the touch and started to lag out. The phone has heated up ever since when I record videos, and it just heats up randomly in my pocket or when I'm using it in random occasions. My final problem is with the phone's design. It shares too many similarities with its predecessor, the S8. It's a great design, don't get me wrong, but there are more improvements which I feel should have been made. I feel like the bezels could have been made smaller. After the iPhone X came out, I was amazed by how much of the bezel they eradicated, the only remaining bezel being the notch, which I personally don't mind at all. I wish Samsung could have at least taken out the chin once and for all. Since the chin is already thinner than the forehead, why not make it as thin as possible? This aside, having the Infinity Edge display is still great, I just feel like it hasn't reached its true potential yet. All that aside, there are other great things which I love about the S9, which shows that I don't have some bias against this phone. I'm just annoyed by some of its flaws which shouldn't really be there on a $700 smartphone. Even though the design is basically the same, Samsung has moved the fingerprint sensor to a more natural position, which is a much more easier place to reach. They have also added some fresh new colors. The orchid purple and coral blue are great looking colors. I always felt that the S8 and the Note 8, there was something off with the orchid gray, but now I'm really digging this new purple color. Samsung has also improved the speaker system greatly. Now the front-facing speaker is combined with the bottom-facing speaker to give you a stereo sound which makes everything sound so much better. Listening to music and watching movies definitely have a more immersive experience now. Finally, the camera has been improved. Not just a little bit of improvement, but drastic changes have been made here. I've never really liked Samsung's cameras. They've always seemed a bit fuzzy and produced bad low-light shots, and the selfie cameras always look pretty blurry as well. But with the S9, images all of a sudden look super sharp and crisp, even with its front-facing shooter, which just really blew me away the first time I used it. Even photos in the Snapchat app look good now, which has impressed me a lot. This may be due to the new variable aperture lens on the phone, which switches apertures to allow more light into the sensor to get better low light photos, or gets a tighter aperture to get you sharper images in the day. A camera comparison between the S9, iPhone X, and Pixel 2 is in the work, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell icon if you haven't already, so you could be notified of when a new video drops. In conclusion, the S9 has not been a very good experience for me so far, so I'd recommend you go out and buy the S8 for a much cheaper price, or get the Note 8 if you want a good performing smartphone. The only reason I would buy this phone over the S8 and Note 8 is the camera, but that's your decision at the end of the day. So that's about it for this video, guys. Leave a like if you're feeling awesome, and comment down below on how you feel about the Galaxy S9 and if you agree or disagree with my points. Thanks so much for watching, shout out to the DL team, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.